Hello, Shiloh. How are you doing today?
Hanging in there. Thanks for asking.
Yeah. So, could you tell me a little bit about why you're here?
Yeah. Um, I'm here because my wife asked me to be, honestly. Yeah. I don't know. I think I haven't been myself lately. I guess that's the biggest thing. Uh, and I'm not used to kind of doing this sort of thing. So my wife's kind of the one that said maybe it'd be a good idea to try. So,
Okay. Could you elaborate a little bit about the reasons?
sure. So I don't know. I've been a lot more agitated lately. Um, I don't know. I'm not like I'm a pretty easygoing person, so um, I've noticed that I've even been, there's more situations that I find myself frustrated in, and I guess it got to the point where my wife, she and I have a pretty good relationship, so I trust, when she says something and when she notices something, and I didn't feel like my issue with, frustration or agitation was as bad as needing to come to counseling, but I guess it has been bothering her for a little while, and to the extent that she's been really concerned. So because I've been so, I don't know, aggressive too, I guess, is something that she described. So yeah.
Hmm.
It's, I mean, yeah, I don't know.
So, you say that you are agitated and a little aggressive at times. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
okay. So, what about those emotions that you're feeling?
um mean, like, what is it like, or
Um, what precipitates?
oh, that's a good question. I feel like just generally, I feel like I'm like inside my head, it feels like I'm just annoyed all the time. Whereas you know, I never used to think about things being annoying. I am very aware of just it feels like I'm annoyed at everything.
Um,
And so, like on the, for instance, if someone's talking to me on the phone for my job, I it's like the sound of their voice, or if they just keep talking, I find myself just getting really annoyed and frustrated, and it's almost like a surge of, I just want to like hang up the phone on them or something, and they're not even saying anything rude or mean. It's just I've just haven't really been, or I find that I have like really low tolerance, maybe that's the word for it, like tolerance for frustrating things. Like, I'm not someone who gets road rage or anything, but lately I've noticed just like someone cuts me off or something, I feel that same kind of surge of intense anger or whatever. And um, I guess there's this other thing where um, recently, you know, being in touch with, well, like one of my siblings, we got into a pretty heated argument about something, and I'm usually the peacemaker in the family. So those are, I know it's kind of general, but it feels like it's all over the map right now.
wow. So, at the moment, as you are, expressing this to me, I get a sense of, you know, a lot of things going on with you. Um, even like just the frustration as you are expressing them, I could see like, the way your body movement is like expressing
Hmm.
it that something it's, you're feeling those moments. So, what could you tell me how you're feeling at this moment? Just speaking about those issues.
It's interesting. Um, because I guess this is one of the moments where I don't necessarily feel frustrated, and this is a new thing for me. So I think more than anything, I feel a little bit of a pressure release actually, because that's the other thing. I don't usually talk to people about stuff. So like I just kind of go about my day, and if I get frustrated, I don't really talk about being frustrated. I
Mm,
think that's part of the reason why my wife has suggested this, is that, it's been something that I've, I guess, been going on and on about for a little bit now. So that's
mm.
been a little bit of a change from my normal.
So, what do you expect out of counseling in that would change or?
Uh, I feel like maybe I'd like to figure out, maybe what this, like, frustration, this aggression, like, what it'd be nice to know where this is coming from, you
Mm,
know, because I do notice that I'm like more tired. Like now that I'm thinking of it and talking, the wheels are turning, and I'm like, yeah, I feel more tired than I usually do, and achy and sore and stuff. And so it'd be nice to kind of figure out what is going on. You know, that's
mm. So, how long has you have those experiences of being frustrated?
oh, um, it's probably been a few months now. Like, uh, it's been a while. It feels like it's been forever, but honestly, like when I really started noticing it was after we found out. Um, so after we found out that my father had passed away, so I kind of lost contact and stuff with him. But I can really put a pin on those feelings. I I didn't sense them as much before, if at all, but I've noticed them a lot since finding that out.
Oh, that's very. I'm sure that was even very hard to, express that feeling about your father. I'm so sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
Um,
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a interesting experience because we didn't we weren't really close for the last few years, and so I don't know. That's interesting that we bring it up now because I didn't think it would bother. I don't know. There was we had a kind of a strained relationship, and for a few years. And so when I initially heard that he passed away, it was like, oh, well, it makes sense, just considering where things were at. But I don't know. I guess lately, now that we're talking, I've been having like dreams where he's been in it. And um, just the other day, I was playing with one of my kids and thinking about how they're not going to know their grandpa, you know. So, and I felt kind of, I don't know, a really strong sense of emotion there at that thought.
yeah. Just expressing that, not knowing their grandpa. That really touched me. I see how important it is to, hold that connection and familyhood and especially having young children, you know, and how do you cope with that thought and feeling?
Oh, it's a good question. I don't think I have been coping with it. Um, I think that, because I don't really talk about stuff. Maybe I just kind of pushed it down or something and just kind of because that's how we grew up is, you just keep going. And, I guess I just got used to that, but didn't really, I don't know. I guess this is one of those things you can't just drive by, leave it in the rear view mirror because it seems to be last few months, there's been like memories and stuff have caught up. And so I don't know. I guess the best way to describe it is that some of the emotions are really unexpected.
Mm.
When, like, with that, thinking about how the kids won't know their grandpa, like, even right now, I get this, like, rise of emotional pressure in my chest. It's kinda it's a little weird for me because that's not a usual experience.
Wow. Well, I think it's important for you to, get in touch with how your emotion connects with um, the loss of your father. And I noticed that it's just being here at the moment. It's kind of like something that you will be able to gradually figure out. You know, my job is basically to listen and also help you to get to the point where you want to be in order to um, not get just continue and find meaning. So I really appreciate that you came and you know shared as much as you have with me. Um, so we're at the closing of our session, and I just want you to like at this moment to tell me how you're feeling.
Oh, I don't know, this was really unexpected, so, uh, I am making a lot of I don't know, just, like, asking how long had been feeling that way, and then now I'm, like, starting to reevaluate, where these emotions might be coming from, so I'm definitely in a place of my mind is spinning now. I think we'll probably have a lot to talk about, I don't know. So, thank you.
Well, thank you for sharing. I'll see you again the same time
Okay,
next week.
thank you.
Thank you.